Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, UFC 286 is here. Finally, the first pay-per-view back again in London, and I must say, from the bottom of the card to the top, it's stacked. We're looking at a really great card here, opener right now. I'm going to give you a betting breakdown and give some parlays, or accumulators if you're English. And yeah, let's jump right into it. So first we have Marvin Vettori versus Roman Dolidze, and this, again, the stacked card. From the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, whatever you want to put it. Marvin Vettori, Roman Dolidze. It's a weird one. It is a weird fight. Roman Dolidze has obviously shown that he's pretty sufficient on the feet, as has Marvin Vettori in his absolute scrap with Paulo Costa. But I think both these guys need a win. They both need a win. I feel like it's more important for a win for Marvin Vettori, as he's kind of solidified himself as the talent that he is, whereas Roman Dolidze is still, unproven. He's still untested, which I think is reflected in the odds here. We have minus 275 for Marvin Vettori, whereas Dolidze is sitting at plus 220, and I think those odds, they make sense for me. I think Roman Dolidze is amazing on the ground. Obviously, we saw against Jack Hermansson, like, wow. Who saw that happening to Jack Hermansson of all people? I think he's shown he's really good on the ground. But if you remember what Marvin Vettori did against Jack Hermansson, not saying MMA math works, but if you saw what Vettori did to Jack Hermansson, he made that fight hell for Jack. And not just for that reason, but for the fact that Marvin Vettori's shown he's great on the feet. He's got, incredible strength. His wrestling's good. I don't think Dolidze will be able to do anything on the ground with Vettori. And I think Vettori might even TKO Dolidze. I think Dolidze is going to get a little bit over-enthusiastic. I think he knows his best chance is on the feet. Because I think if it gets to the ground, he won't be able to be as slick on the ground with a higher class guy like Marvin Vettori. And I think Marvin Vettori will... TKO will go round... Official pick, we'll say round 3. We'll go quite a late. Round 3, 3.5 minutes to be precise. TKO for Marvin Vettori. Jennifer Maia and Casey O'Neill is up next. Jennifer Maia and Casey King O'Neill, I might say. Casey O'Neill still got the 9-0 record intact. She's opening as a favourite here. And this fight, I think this fight's a lot closer than people are giving credit. I see a lot of people saying Casey O'Neill, undefeated record, she's going to keep it. I've only just made my mind up that I think Casey O'Neill will win, but I think it'll be a toughly contested bout. I don't think Jennifer Maia will be an easy opponent at all. I think she's shown, she can hang in there with some of the best, but she's getting older. 34 years old versus the 25 years old of Casey O'Neill. I think Jennifer Maia is maybe towards the twilight of her career, and I still think she can hang. Of course, as I say, she can hang with some of the best in the division, but I think Casey O'Neill's up and coming. She's hungrier. She wants it more, and I think this fight is going to go to a decision. I think Casey O'Neill will win a comfortable decision. I think she'll win all 3 rounds and show that she's next up in the flyweight division. Now, tell me you're not excited for Bryan, Barberena and Gunnar Nelson. This fight, maybe my favourite, besides the co-main of course, maybe my favourite. Gunnar Nelson obviously has beautiful technical karate. He has crazy jiu-jitsu on the ground. Bryan Barberena, he's got the Justin Gaethje kind of style to him, He stands and bangs, and he's not afraid to, take 4 punches to land 5. And I think that's what makes this fight one of the better ones on the night. And I think we're actually going to be in for a bit of a stand-up fight. I don't think Gunnar Nelson's going to want to take it to the ground. I think he's going to want to show his karate, and I think he will. I think he'll bring the fight to Bryan Barberena. If he does, we'll definitely be in for a treat. And I'm going to take Gunnar Nelson by round 2 TKO. I think Gunnar Nelson catches him probably with a looping shot, perhaps a right hook or an overhand of some sort. But I think Bryan Barberena is definitely a tough son of a bitch. He's hard to put away, but as the past reads, it's been done before, and I think we're going to see it again as we move on to the co-main event of the evening, probably the people's main event. Rafael Fiziev versus Justin the Highlight Gaethje. This is a tough fight for Gaethje. Tough fight for both men. Rafael Fiziev has proven that he's very, very technically slick in the stand-up department, and he can hang in the booth with whoever he wants, phone booth fire. And I think maybe that's going to draw Justin Gaethje to throw more shots, because Fiziev's going to want to hang in the pocket with him. Not a lot of people do that with Justin, and I think Justin could definitely get carried away. But I believe that he has the power advantage. I believe that he has the fighting experience advantage. I feel like he has a better fight IQ. Rafael Fiziev is obviously no joke, and he's a coach as well at Tiger Muay Thai, and he has been a coach for several years, if I'm not mistaken, which obviously is going to do wonders for your fight IQ. But I feel like Fiziev maybe is being pushed a little bit too quickly, and I feel like Justin Gaethje is going to be the one to derail the Fiziev hype train. I see it being a very, very amazing fight. It's going to be a stand-up affair. Justin Gaethje obviously has the wrestling in his back pocket, but come on, if you know Justin Gaethje, he's not taking it to the ground. He's going to stand, he's going to bang, and he's going to give us an amazing fight. And I can't wait. This is the most hyped, definitely the most hyped fight of the night, and for good reason. Both these boys are scrappers. They both carry crazy power. I mean, just look at Fiziev's knockout of Brad Riddell. Absolutely beautiful. He's got technique, he's got power, he's got skill. But Justin Gaethje has crazy, wicked strength. He has insane power. He's people don't give him credit because he throws looping and crazy shots, and sometimes he'll throw a hook and it would take him to the ground because he throws with such power. But he's very skillful. Obviously, under the guidance of Trevor Whitman, he's cleaned up a few of his errors. He's quite slick, but his power and his willingness to put his chin on the line to hang in the pocket. Same goes for Fiziev. That's why we're going to get a great fight. But I do believe Justin Gaethje is going to take it. I think we might see a TKO, but I think more than likely we're going to see it go to decision. And I think Justin Gaethje is going to take it 29-28, and he's going to keep that spot that he has in the rankings. And Fiziev, maybe his day will be later. I definitely think Fiziev is top 5 talent for sure, but I think Justin Gaethje is just, he's one of the few in the lightweight division. Actually, I say few. We have a lot. We have really solid competition in the lightweight division right now. We're completely spoiled. I mean, if we want, we'd never have a fight like this. But I'm gonna go on the Justin Gaethje side. I'm gonna ride Justin Gaethje here, and that means that we are in the main event of the evening. The new champion, Leon Rocky Edwards, with his first title defense against Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman. Wow. I mean, did anyone see the last fight going the way it did? I know I certainly didn't. I picked Leon Edwards to win, but I did not think it would go like that. I didn't think that Leon Edwards would take him down. I didn't think that Leon Edwards would be able to keep him on the ground for the first round and actually control him, and get in that body triangle and fight to get his hands under the neck for the entire first round. Certainly didn't see him completely losing rounds 2, 3, and 4 the way he did, even the majority of round 5, and then no one, and I mean no one, besides Leon Edwards and his camp saw that head kick coming in the 5th round. Beautifully timed. It was awesome. Kamaru clearly didn't see it coming, and as he said, he woke up in the hospital. He'd never been hit that hard. Kamaru is definitely getting older. Both of these guys are over the age of 30. Kamaru Usman is 35, nearly 36. Leon Edwards is 31, and he's not an up-and-comer. He's definitely tried and tested, and he's been fighting for his shot for ages, and he finally got it. And look what he did. He took it. It's interesting to see here. Leon Edwards actually has one more pro fight than Kamaru Usman. Both are very similar records, 20-3 versus 20-2. But I think Kamaru, being the older guy that he is, he's showing wear and tear on his body. Everyone knows that he's got his shredded knees. He actually can't walk down the stairs. He has to walk backwards down the stairs because of his knees. But does that mean that he can't wrestle everyone and beat 99% of the division? No, clearly not, because we've seen it time and time again. But yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. And I promise not because I'm English. Leon Edwards again. I think this time it's going to be a decision. I think we're going to get a nice fight. I think Kamaru's going to be scared of the power. I think he's chinning a little bit. And I don't think we'll see him retire. Although I don't think Kamaru would really want to fight unless it's for titles, kind of the same as Daniel Cormier did with his last fight against Stipe Miocic. But I think maybe we see a Kamaru Usman retirement if he loses. But I think Leon Edwards, I think, is just going to not cruise, but I think he's going to fight his way technically to a decision, maybe winning 4-1 or 3-2. But I think Rocky is. I think now we're not fighting altitude, you know, we're fighting where Leon Edwards usually trains, you know, in England. I think Kamaru Usman's obviously got the disadvantage of coming to 15,000 people booing at him, you know. I just don't, I don't see a world where Kamaru Usman comes out on top. I'm saying this, anything can happen, obviously it's a fight, and it's Kamaru Usman. I mean, this guy's serious, you know, this guy was coming up on Anderson Silva's record for most title defenses. Serious threat to anyone who he steps in there with, and for all we know, Kamaru Usman might even, you know, knock out Leon Edwards and prove everyone wrong, you know, myself included. But I do believe that it's Leon Edwards' time, man. I believe we're going to see Leon Edwards at the top of the division, and I think he'll make 3 or 4 more title defenses. I really do. I think Leon Edwards is that good. I think he really is that good. I think everyone suspected it, but we've always been too quick to call him boring fighter, or, you know, he's got good technique but he never finishes people. I mean, can you say that now with the last fight? Who can? No one can. Anyway, I'm not going to leave you just that, because we have our favourites section. Now in this section I'm going to go over 2 of my favourites for the card, and I think the first one I'm going to bring you is Gunnar Nelson. We've got him as a -350 right now. I don't think there's a way in which he can really lose against Bryan Barberena. I think his striking is certainly cleaner. I don't think he's got the power advantage. I think Bryan Barberena maybe has the power advantage, but Bryan Barberena throws a lot of, you know, looping shots, not much, you know, technique or skill, but he's definitely got the you know, the chin, and he's got the will, he's got the warrior spirit. But Gunnar Nelson's just so technical. I think he'll clean him up on the feet, and if not, then he'll snatch a limb and he'll snatch a submission on the ground. And then we have Marvin Vettori at -240. I think this is a play, Marvin Vettori. This is definitely one of the more closer fights against Roman Dolidze, but Marvin Vettori is an animal. He's a beast. You know, all you have to do is just watch that fight against Paulo Costa to know Marvin Vettori is no joke. And then all you need to have proof on Roman Dolidze being a great fighter is look at the Jack Hermanson fight. It's just going to be an awesome fight. But I do think Marvin Vettori is most definitely going to come out on top. We've got him at -240. We also have other picks on the card, obviously, but I don't want to bring you guys low value bets, like for example Jack Shaw at -480. It's a great pick, but -480, is it really worth playing? I don't think you ever play a -480 unless you're adding it to a parlay. Maybe that might be fun. But Muhammad Mokaev as well, we have at -700 here. Muhammad Mokaev is, I mean, I'm not going to say he's being fed an easy opponent, because shit, look what happened last time when he was fed an easy opponent, you know. Fight was very, very close, but I definitely think Muhammad Mokaev is going to win his fight at -700. It's probably not worth the bet, but who am I to tell you what to do, you know? If you want to add him to a parlay or something. And then we have our Doggiest Dogs. In the Doggiest Dogs section, we're going to go over the doggiest of the dogs, which is obviously our underdogs. Now I think as I've told you guys, Leon Edwards is my favourite here, is my pick for the main event, and I'm going to put him as my doggiest dog at +210. I think he has the skills necessary and required to defeat Kamaru Usman, as we saw last time, but I think he's going to do it again, and it's not going to be a knockout, it's not going to be closely contested, it's not going to be, you know, the same fight it was before, it won't be at elevation, and yeah, Leon Rocky Edwards gets his first title defense. My second doggiest dog that I have here is Justin Gaethje at +200. I think Justin Gaethje, again, as I say, he's just an awesome fighter. I think he has the style to beat the likes of Rafael Fiziev. Obviously, if you're looking at it from a stylistic matchup point of view, I think Rafael Fiziev definitely has the style to beat Justin Gaethje. But I think Justin Gaethje has... But he has the factor, you know. He has that factor. There's a reason that he was the one to beat Tony Ferguson for the interim title, you know. There's a reason that he's up there with some of the best. And I think for that reason that Justin Gaethje is going to get it done. I also think Jai Herbert opening is a +1, not opening, sorry, he's currently as a +170. I think having Jai Herbert as an underdog is very silly. I think this guy's awesome. You know, I've thought ever since he was in Cage Warriors, you know, he was Cage Warriors champion. He's been absolutely ruthless in the UFC. If you watched his fight against Ilia Topuria, he landed some awesome shots, really good technique, great power. He even dropped Ilia Topuria. Obviously, the fight did not go his way, but you know, that's a fight game. You know, stuff happens. But I definitely think Jai Harbert is going to be the one to claim the victory on Saturday night. And now, before you guys leave, I want to give you guys some of my personal favourite accumulators, as I say, but Americans, you guys say parlays, of course, accumulators, parlays, whatever you want to say. I have three. I have a plus 280, a plus 630, and a plus 1300 for you guys that are as ambitious as I am. We have a plus 280, we have Jake Hadley, Joanne Wood, Jack Shaw, and Casey O'Neill. I think this parlay's it's a rather safe play, but it's definitely a money play. I think Jake Hadley, obviously phenomenal athlete. Joanne Wood, no one's ever going to doubt Joanne Wood, of course. Jack Shaw, he has a loss on his record now, but I think if anything, that's definitely going to make him, you know, strive more to be a better athlete. He's going to train harder, you know, he's going to fight better, and I think, yeah, I think having him in a parlay is a very nice play, as well as Casey O'Neill in it. So we have Jake Hadley, Joanne Wood, Jack Shaw, Casey O'Neill, plus 280. We have our second one, our little medium, I guess, medium payout parlay is Jake Hadley, Justin Gaethje, Gunnar Nelson, and Lerone Murphy. If you want to put that in, that is sitting at plus 630. Maybe a bit of the riskier bets, but I definitely think it's worth the play. I'm personally going to play in it, and I hope you guys play it too, because it's shit, man. I think you can cash your tickets. Could be money. And now, speaking of money, plus 1300. We have Leon Rocky Edwards, Justin the Highlight Gaethje, Marvin Vettori, and Gunnar Nelson. And if you put those in your parlay, that takes you to plus 1300. Very, very ambitious on my end, I will admit, but they are my picks, so I do think this is going to cash. I think Leon Edwards, again, I think he's going to get the win, whether it's by knockout again, doesn't matter, it's a parlay, but Leon Edwards, man, he's the guy, I'm telling you. Justin Gaethje, again, not my most confident pick, but I do believe he's going to win against Rafael Fiziev. And then the last two, Marvin Vettori and Gunnar Nelson, I obviously think are very confident locks of mine. Plus 1300 play. I think you guys should get in on that while you can, because odds are closing, you know. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, make sure to drop a like if you feel like I've earned it. But the main thing is, let's make some money. And you know what? No, let's just enjoy it. Let's just enjoy the fights. I feel like we've got some really nice fights ahead of us. I feel like this is one of the better cards of the year so far. Obviously, can't say that because it's the fourth pay-per-view of the year, but you know, I really feel like we're in for a treat here. Anyway, guys, if you guys have anything to say, I'd be happy to have a conversation with you about the picks. If you guys want to discuss that in the comments below, feel free. If I've earned it, please give me a like rating. If you subscribe, it's always appreciated. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.